Yes, guys, welcome back. Happy Sunday to you all. Hope the weekend has gone all right and you've all had a good weekend. So in this video, there's some pretty good opportunities on the horizon. There's some very nice trades coming up. Next week, in terms of news next week, it looks pretty chill, to be honest. We will go through it because I go through it every weekend. But yeah, there's some good trades on the horizon, guys. Basically, some good opportunities coming. Just got to be patient. Just got to be patient with it. I'm not going to go through gold today because I go through gold a lot, to be honest. It's not that I don't want to. I just feel we've just talked about it to death a lot at the minute. So we'll leave gold out today, but we'll look at crude oil. We'll look at cocoa. We'll look at coffee. We'll look at wheat. We'll look at some other metals, some forex pairs. I might look at some stocks as well, to be honest. I have been looking at some stocks. I do like stocks. So there's plenty to look at. And I'll get these trade ideas up as well. And yeah, we'll talk about it. And yeah, we'll just go through it basically. So tomorrow we've got CPI for the Swiss franc. That's tomorrow morning, so that's going to be nice and early out of the way. Canadian dollar bank holiday. Tuesday, pretty chill. One bit of news, 3 o'clock. Yeah, probably won't do a lot with these impacts, but New Zealand as well. So Tuesday, there's don't get me wrong, there's a lot of news. There's a lot of news, but it's yellow, so it's all right. It will impact things because it impacts things, but not like an NFP impaction. Wednesday, it's just chill. Wednesday's chill. Thursday, got a bit on Thursday, but they love putting everything in on a Thursday, don't they? Like, look how busy Thursday is compared to. Start from it. Look how busy Thursday is compared to everything else. Friday, Canadian dollar again. So, in terms of news for next week, guys, there's not really too much to be worrying about, to be honest. My British pound Swiss franc trade, we could get a bit of a spike down before we decide to go up with this news. So yeah, let's just wait and see. Really, let's just see what happens. And it's going to be another good week. Let's be honest. Do you know what I mean? So let's have a look. Let's start, shall we? Let's get on the US dollar. So I said there's going to be some weakness to come in the US dollar. We have basically created new supply now. This here marked up is brand new daily supply. So when price next comes up around this area, don't just think it's going to break it, because it's not. This is now a good price area. And we've still got very good demand down below as well. So let's get rid of some of this here because it's all invalid now. How'd you get rid of that thing? Oh, we'll just leave them there. Yeah, where was I? Cool. US dollar. So the US dollar. This is demand actually, daily demand. I've sort of foreseen weakness in the US dollar, to be honest, with what Trump and Powell's been talking about, and rates and interest and all this jazz. And with tariffs, and then Trump putting some nuclear submarines dotted about here and there, which they've always dotted about anyway, but to make it public, you would genuinely expect weakness in the dollar around all these scenarios. So I think that's what we could start getting for sure. I mean, I talk about market structures a lot, and like this is a downtrend. Basically, this is a downtrending market on the daily here. sort of bottomed out a little bit. Now it's sort of starting a bit of an uptrend, but I don't trust it. We've broken this high. We've not broken this high. We've just filled a gap. I don't trust it. Under normal circumstances, this could be trending nicely up, but we're not under normal circumstances at the moment. So I still say weakness in the US dollar to come. I mean, the weekly, yeah. On the weekly, we're still in a big downtrend. And what I mean by this is we've broken the lows here. We've proper broken these lows, which were acting as a pretty strong level for 3 or 4 years. For 3 years, these levels have been holding, and now it's been broken now over the last couple of weeks, two months or so. So that you got to consider this now. So price is not just going to then turn around and go all the way up. Again, with what is going on under normal circumstances, yes, it could, but we've just got that. It's created new weekly structure that's trending down below this level. It's retested this level several times now, multiple times. What I mean by retested this level is it sort of pulled back up into this level, dropped, had a wick up here, pulled back into this level, dropped again, tried to come up, didn't, dropped, here, pull back again up into this level. So we're tapping this level a lot. And I say about bargain prices and stuff like that. Obviously, you can get bargain prices either end of the market. Depends on whether you want to sell or whether you want to buy. So there's bargain prices to be had everywhere, whichever direction you look at in the market. And my personal opinion, we're going to get at least down to this demand here. My personal opinion, I think the dollar's going to drop to around these areas. And then these are then you're coming into some real nice strong demand areas, especially this down here. If we clear this demand, you know what I said in another video, you can get 3 opportunities to get into your trade. The first zone doesn't hold, stop loss, okay, is what it is. Wait for the second, stop loss is what it is. Wait for the third. You've lost 2% in the 2 zones that's just not worked. So you wait for this bottom one now, and then you'll get over 2% back in return. So swings and roundabouts. And I really do like this demand down here. But this demand down here is 4-year-old demand. 2021. So price has basically been chilling up around this area for 4 years. It's just been chilling up around here. There's not really been no real shift in direction. We're just sort of sideways at the minute. All right, it's trending sideways, so there is plenty of trades to be had within this area. But again, there's still no real direction. And I think these next couple of weeks will dictate the real direction that the US dollar is going to go in. And I genuinely think it's going to get weaker. So there's something to think about there, all right? So weakness to come with the US dollar. Probably get continuing daily bearish candles down here. See how price reacts here. So next week, again, for the next couple of days, some weakness to come. All right. Swiss franc. Slow old girl. Slow old girl. All-time highs. Like literal all-time highs. And yeah, all-time high since 2011. Do you know what I mean? So, and it has been uptrending since 2022. 2022, it's been uptrending. So we are due a nice deep pullback. And I'm pretty sure this is a gap here. Yeah. Look at this gap. This is a gap on the Swiss franc. And this is basically my target on the British pound Swiss franc trade. This here. And we could get Batman's mask out now, and we're going to do our famous Head and Shoulders. Oh, red. Don't like red. That is what I'm seeing on the Swiss franc, on the raw data, with a big gap down. Well, I said big gap. It is a big gap, but doesn't look big. This is the weakness I'm saying with the Swiss franc. So a bit of dancing around, here, and then we'll drop. So obviously the Swiss franc news is coming out tomorrow. Could make it go up to take these highs. The news could be an impaction for power to come up, take this liquidity, and then we then drop. You know, something to think about. But my personal opinion is weakness in the Swiss franc. Yeah, definitely. We've got gaps to fill, and we've been trending upwards for months, years. So we need a healthy pullback. Pullbacks in markets are healthy. So yeah, Swiss franc weakness on the cards going into next week. The New Zealand dollar. Yeah, I spoke about this again last weekend. And I was saying, when we do break these levels, we're going to get a nice, quick, sharp move down. So, New Zealand dollar trades. This is one to think about. And this could, this probably will end up happening. Marked it like a week ago, 2 weeks ago now, maybe. So it's still waiting. We're still waiting for this to play out, basically. But the New Zealand dollar, like I like trading in the New Zealand dollar. Like it's a powerhouse of the Asian session. Like it moves nice during the Asian session. It's obviously a very well traded currency over that part of the world. And a lot of people do like it. I like it for swing trading for sure. But in terms of what we're looking at now, we're just basically we're waiting. We are waiting on this one, essentially. We're waiting for it to break these zones, these levels, to continue pushing down and get a nice reaction of this very, very strong demand down here. And it will be the first touch of it as well. So people are probably using this as a trap. When you see things like this, people use this as a trap. People would say this is absolute solid support. This is solid support. It's the holy grail of support. As soon as price hits this holy grail of support, I'm going to buy and then just watch it go up. But that's where the trap is. This is a trap all along here. That candle, they're traps. That's a trap. They're designed to generate the liquidity to get the price going where they want to get the price going to. Gold does it a lot all the time, and I talk about it a lot all the time. So we'll keep an eye on the New Zealand dollar. We'll wait for these areas to be broken for a continuation. The Mexican peso, not really much to talk about. It's just same sort of scenario as last time, really. Yeah, we'll leave that alone. Japanese yen, yeah. Japanese yen is just not very fun, really. I used to trade GJ a lot, scalp GJ a lot with gold, and the yen was in a bit of a better situation back then than what it is now. It's not in that good a shape at the moment, especially with the tsunami that's just hit as well again from last week. Like, it's just the poor old Japs. But yeah, I mean, at first glance, to be honest, at first glance, what I do see with the Japanese yen is you've got a hammer candle to the upside now. So there is buying pressure now. People are definitely getting a bit of confidence back in the Japanese yen. So we are we're getting there. And next week, we want to basically, what we'll look for next week, we'll look for how the next weekly candle acts. If the next weekly candle finishes up about here on the Japanese yen, this is then new demand. So obviously you got demand down here, but this is then new demand, higher demand than that down there. So price is settling down. This is just, well, not demand. This is just market consolidation. This is nothing. This is just an obstacle, a speed bump, something that will just slow price down. Basically, that's all it is. It will just slow price down. It's nothing really too much to stress about. But yeah, nice daily engulfing. Nice daily engulfing here. Engulfed pretty much four candles, 4 daily bearish candles. So that's good sign. If I go on the 4 hour, this is probably new demand, to be honest. Yeah. So there we go. It's created 4 hourly demand. So we got something marked up now. And then next weekend, we can come back and check it all. So there we go. We got new demand now. Then this could then potentially turn into weekly demand. Okay. Yeah. Was it this? Hang on, I'm confusing myself. Yeah, no, that was it. Yeah, if this next candle, finishes up around here, you could say this is weekly demand. Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on it, Japanese yen, but it's not the best, to be honest. The euro is going to be an interesting one. I get a lot of people saying about the euro. So we're still going to get weakness within the euro, to be honest. We're trending down nicely now. We are trending down nicely. We're having retests as the more we go down. So the market's finding its feet. And we've broken this structure, and these were uptrending structures. So they've all been broken now. So there's what I said yesterday, this is now potentially invalid. All right, so just bear that in mind. And like on the 4 hour, yeah, again, we've broken these highs and stuff like that. It's price across the board is not making life easy. It's pricing itself in some real difficult areas. And you've got to be adaptive to it daily. You've got to adapt to these conditions daily, really. Because every situation and every scenario is changing daily. And you got to keep on top of it. Like next week, I'll be on top of it. So weakness in the euro, I reckon, and weakness in the dollar. It just makes a bit more sense. Do you know what I mean? But the trade idea that I wanted to go through, we've got the British pound. Bit of strength in the British pound again. Clean moves, clean traffic. Again, it'll be breaking these lows here. So my stop loss is going to be tight on the British pound Swiss franc trade, because if we do break this demand, it's going to be a very quick move down to here. So we need to be mindful of it. All right, we're going to be mindful of it, and I like to keep my losses as small as I can, basically, and then capitalize on the next opportunity. So the British pound, again, we've got a lot that we need to monitor. We've got a lot that we need to keep an eye on for a smooth week, to be honest. But the British pound, yeah. So what I'm basically explaining on the British pound and the Swiss franc with the news is this is still, probably got orders in this demand. So price could keep going down here, but with the news impaction and the demand nearly being broken on the British pound daily, then that could also be another catalyst to keep pushing this down. So we just need to be a bit careful with all of this. All right, that's all it is. Just got to chill, but be patient and just monitor it. So the trade idea that I've got is this. Chocolate. This is chocolate, and it's not ready yet. we've had a good reaction off of this demand now. Very, very good. Again, I talk about reactions a lot. And reactions off of supply and demand are very important because it tells you where the big boys are, right? So this is a gap now. So people, if you're in FOMO, again, the scenario I keep saying about the British pound, Swiss franc, people are buying, 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 people are buying. Yeah, price still needs to drop down here at least. And some people that are going to be buying this aren't really going to be very sensible about it. They're not going to be trading that safe. They want to take big lots. They want to make a lot of big money. So, you know, what I'm saying is you just got to be patient. And next week, fingers crossed, chocolate comes down to this re-entry. So this is the trade idea for next week. As well as I'm already in gold on the British pound Swiss franc. But that is the trade idea for cocoa for next week. It'll be a gap fill and a potential another retest of this demand. And it's very nice demand. There's that little bit of a gap there. Might have just seen another gap here. Yeah, that's a bit of a gap, but nah. Nah, we'll just, yeah, I'm just going to be patient, wait for this gap fill, and then buy. And away we go with cocoa, to be honest. Away we go. So that is the plan for next week for cocoa. Orange juice. God, look at orange juice. Or should we say frozen concrete, concentrated orange juice? Orange juice. See, trade ideas here. There's another trade idea here. So the agricultural markets. Here we go, guys. We're getting some nice trade ideas now. And this trade idea here on orange juice. I mean, this is quite hard to pick out the demand really, but I would say demand is around is here. So it's not far from an entry. It's not far from an entry. And look at the targets. Easy target. Easy peasy target. Do you know what I mean? Just there's your target. 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Sensible. But then you got so much opportunity after this. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot of opportunity here with orange juice, guys. I was looking at this at the start of the year, trying to catch the bottom here. Now we've bottomed. It's like a bell curve. So that is really nice, guys. That is really, really nice on orange juice. This is the first time I've seen it for weeks, months. So another trade opportunity here. Here we go, another trade opportunity. We have got opposing supply that on the horizon, but that's going to be strong supply. But to be honest, this is cheap down here. This is cheap. We've got a lot of movement to the upside. Probably with a gap to fill up here, man. Look at the gap up there. So you catch orange juice, right? You can hold this so you fill that gap. What a target. Looks like I'm going to be getting an orange juice next week as well. Happy days. So there you go, guys. Orange juice. Soybeans. Can't trade soybeans no more. That is annoying. But again, there's probably longs on the horizon. Sugar. Yeah, right. Sugar. You can trade sugar, but the spreads are ridiculous on it. I didn't really pay any attention to the spreads, but yeah, I entered a small position on sugar, and it was like, wow, minus like 70 pips already, and the price hasn't even moved yet. So I thought, yeah, no, sugar's nice to mark up, supply and demand. It's nice to watch it on the trades and the markets, but it's not the best to trade in terms of profit margin. Obviously, It's part of doing business. So here I look, guys. Right, wheat. I've had this marked up for probably 2-3 weeks, to be honest. So it's sort of the trade idea now is playing out. You're in a bit of drawdown, but this is right. Another, there we go. Wheat long, bang. So you could, when the market opens tomorrow, you could quite comfortably take this trade on wheat longs. Don't worry about these. Let me get rid of these and clean this up a little bit. But yeah, I do like wheat long as well. Again, I just want to say, guys, this is not financial advice, right? This is just my own personal opinion of the markets. Yeah, it's my own opinion of the markets. I enjoy doing what I do, so it's not financial advice, but it's my personal opinion. So take it or leave it, basically. I've been doing it a long time, so yeah. So we have also been sideways for a long time. We're due a big move on wheat, guys. We are due a nice big push up on wheat. I am going to do some research after I finish doing the recording on it, because there's also demand down here. There. What could be the potential to make price drop down to these price levels, other than you're getting a bargain? But that is nice, guys. So it's a level on top of a level. This has been touched. I've just seen. So this lower demand has been touched. I've just seen it there. This lower demand has been touched. Yeah, it was literally touched with a toothpick. For the precision scientists out there, look, it was literally just tapped. So there's probably still orders in it. So no stress. So for an even safer entry, guys, let's have a look at the 4 hour. Yeah, let's get this. Ooh. There we go. That is your safer play with wheat, guys. That's your safer play with wheat. Oh, hang on. Stop loss. There we go. So, you know, to the top, at the very top of here, like that's a 3-to-1, 4-to-1 trade. That's a very, very good trade. But as you can see, price is not just going to hit this and just go. Oh, price is not just going to hit. Price is not going to hit this and just go wallop. Off we go to the moon. It's gonna chill out a little bit. So that's one thing that we're gonna bear in mind. But yeah, wheat longs. I like wheat longs, so I'm gonna get some orders on that next week as well. I'll keep probably Tuesday. It won't be ready till about Tuesday. All right, but wheat, yeah, I like it. What else? Cotton's just annoying. Corn. So corn will be similar to wheat, guys. Corn will be similar to wheat, because it's the same sort of product, isn't it? So again, corn. What's this blue line down here all about? Oh, it's a gap. So corn's going to come down steady because it needs to fill this gap. What is this big blue line though? I was probably marking it as an area of importance. Why it's come down here so many times historically, which, to be fair, yeah. When we do it will come back down here. So the long-term play for corn is this, basically. That would be nice long-term play with corn, and then you got a gap there for a target. So corn, so agricultural markets, guys, I'm really liking the agricultural markets at the minute. Let's have a look at Crude oil. Crude oil, still waiting. I'm still waiting for crude oil. You know, it's expensive at the minute. We need to wait for it to get down to around here. And I genuinely think price will get down to around here. So that's what we're going to wait for with crude oil, guys. We're just going to wait for a nice cheap price, and then we're going to jump in on that as well. Some nice demand on the way down, guys. But like this here will get broken. It's nearly got broken already. So this will get broken easily. This could put up a bit of a fight, but there's a gap in the middle of it. So by the time it's got into this demand, you know, it's over 50%, so 50% of the orders. So there's not much left in there. So this could potentially get broken. But then we get to this bottom bit here. Now this is nice demand. Very nice demand. And it is completely untouched. So we would expect to get a nice reaction from it. And that is what we are going to be waiting for. Long-term holds again for crude oil. Obviously, we've got demand down below it, but we don't really need to worry about that too much at the moment. When price gets here, when price gets into this bit of demand, and it looks to be like it wants to break it down, then you're probably thinking, right, cut your losses small and let's just wait for the next levels. All right, so that's the plan with crude oil. Crude oil longs, but again, we're still waiting. We are still waiting. So we'll move this over. And we will wait another week or two. So that's crude oil. Natural gas, fill that gap. So potential more upside movement now with gas. Hello. Right, so silver. I got these sales back in before the tariffs. I was in these copper sales. I remember being in these copper sales. That was a very nice trade. I pulled it out down around here, I think it was. Was it here? Probably about here, yeah. Pulled it out there and then it just kept on going. But then it's retraced the whole move down. So we created nice supply. 2 levels of supply that's been created now up here. We've got one level here. And we've got another one here. So silver, this is supply. And you would class this is classed as level on top of a level. So two trade opportunities basically. First level don't work, the second one. And there is a gap now that needs to be filled. So I'm not going to say nothing too much yet in regards to silver, but I like to go with a safer play. So the safer play would be this, and then targeting, you know, this low, see how price reacts, then down to here. So safer play with silver. Gap fill here, fill this gap. This, I don't want to say this is strong because there's a gap, like there's unfilled orders here as well. So I think it'll be this, to be honest. That's what we could wait for with silver. So a nice silver opportunity on the horizon. But then when silver's up around these prices, I'll have a glance at gold because they're both correlated. So we got to look at another scenario when we get to these areas. So that's silver, guys. That's silver. Palladium. Yeah, I'm not in this trade, but I know people that are in it, and yeah, very nice trade to be in, to be honest. Again, it's a slow old go. It's second and third gear type scenarios. It's a chilled out pair. It will just take its time and just dwindle down. And then you've got platinum. Again, there's a gap. There's a gap on platinum there. Trying to break this structurally low. So platinum, yeah. Don't really like platinum. The spreads are high. They're ridiculous spreads. So I don't really look into it too much. But yeah, I'm not a great fan of it, to be honest. Copper. Oh wow. Oh wow. Well. Huh. Well, that's a weekly candle and a half. That is a hell of a weekly candle. Look at that. That is wiped out everything from since April. That candle is just wiped out everything in a week. It's took price 3-4 months to get up there, and in a week it's just wiped it. That is a candle and a half, mind. Like, I'm gonna have to have a little look and see what has caused that, because that's ridiculous. Surely that ain't one massive gap, man. Right, this is worrying me now. Like, I'm looking at this, I'm looking how small these are compared to that. Something has caused this. And it weren't NFP. When was it? Wednesday, 7 o'clock. FOMC. I bet you I know what it is. It's probably something. I spec. What am I trying to explain? I suspect America get a lot of copper imports from India. I reckon that's what it could be. They probably get a lot of copper imports from India, and obviously Trump's smacked a 25% tariff on them, so that would have absolutely dropped it. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look into this though. Well, all I'll say, guys, is we're gonna have a move very similar to this on the way up again as well. That's clean. That's just wiped everything out. That's just air now. That is. That's fairy dust. So that will be mirrored again on the way up. Catch this right, everybody says. Yeah, catch this right. What an opportunity this is. Glad I've looked at copper. It's dangerous. It could be a dangerous one, but you know, demand down here. See how price reacts tonight when the market opens. But that's sort of like this, really. 8-to-1 trade. 8-to-1 trade. But then on the flip side, you know, that's good demand. It's untouched demand. So it is. No, it's not untouched demand. It's not untouched. It's been touched now. So this is the reaction of this. This next week, couple of days, this should be the reaction of this demand here. So it's a hell of a bit of demand. Come into it 25%, I'd say. Yeah. What a trade opportunity on copper, guys. What a trade opportunity on copper. I'm going to see how the market plays tonight. I mean, there's a gap. There's gaps here. Look at this. Like price is literally there. All that is a gap. There you go. Smashing. There's your trade idea. There's your target. Nearly a 9-to-1 trade. There you go. What an opportunity. I'll be setting orders for this. I'll be keeping an eye on copper, guys. That's nice. I like that a lot. Don't know. Yeah. I don't know why I wasn't even going to look at copper today, but I'm glad we looked at it. The next one's gold. We're not going to worry about gold. Then these are all my stocks as well, which I get in. Let's have a look at Apple, shall we? Here we go. So Apple. So again, essentially, we've now been triggered in a trade on Apple. This is a typical scenario. So I will be looking at taking a nice long-term trade on Apple as well. Guys, we've got 5 or 6 trade opportunities here this week, as well as the British pound, Swiss franc, and the gold ones. That's what I mean is in the past, Discord. You've been really good this evening. There's no need to start bugging me now, mate. Yeah, we've got six or seven opportunities this week. So when I say don't have fear of missing out, don't have FOMO, if you miss a trade, who cares? Who actually cares that you miss a trade? Because there's always another opportunity. You just got to, and all right, the next opportunity might be a losing trade. Okay, cool. It is a losing trade. Happy days. It is what it is. Take it on the chin, but the next one might be a winner. Yeah. So again, Apple guys, trade idea, bang, longs. Got very nice targets. 7-1 trade idea. Yeah, Apple guys. I'll be keeping an eye on Apple as well. Google, just look at Meta and Google as well, actually. All-time highs, I want to say, on Meta. Yeah. So we're in a sticky wicket. We'll let price get down a bit. Before I make judgment, but not happy with making any judgment calls here on Facebook at the minute. Google's nice. Google, we could have some. Right, so I don't really like shorting stocks, to be honest. Yes, you can short stocks for intraday for a couple of days, but I don't like doing that. I just don't like shorting stocks. Multiple reasons. What I would rather wait, I'd rather wait for the price to come all the way back down into demand and then buy it and hold it. So Google, Alphabet, Google, yeah, not really much going on with. Well, it's trending up nice, basically, is what it's doing. Or we could have a look. Where's Nvidia? I've got Nvidia here as well. There we go. Yeah, so Nvidia, I was waiting for some bargain prices down around here. See how prices reacted around here. But Nvidia is another one. It's just like Bitcoin back in the day. When it got going, it just kept going and going and going and going, and people were hoping to get cheap prices, and it just didn't come. And you know, unfortunately, guys, these things happen. Like with stocks, literally, price will just go if it wants to. Even if it is sustainable, even if there is stuff that it needs to fill before it does take off, like it, if it's a good solid product, it will just run. Fact. If it's got good opportunity, it will just go. And Nvidia is one of them. Nvidia is like the new technology side of Bitcoin back in the day. So Nvidia's looking nice, really. If you're in long-term buys on Nvidia, then fair. Keep hold of them. Not Mapfire. I want to look at this It's a Swedish utility company for underground communications. It's called Hexatronic Group. Yes. No. It's Hexa. No, it's not that one. Hexatronic. Didn't enjoy that one. Yeah, this is it. This is the one. So again, for long-term prospects, this Hexatronic Group it's a Swedish underground utility company with a lot of potential, and it's a bargain price. So again, this is something to be looking out for. This is just standard procedure. I mean, look at the last trade. Look at the last 6, 7, 8 trade ideas I've now given to you. There'll be a theme with it. If you've all been paying attention, you'll see a common theme, and the common theme is this picture you see in front of you with this arrow and the green and the red box. I do this because it's just easy for you to visualize. Like, the green is the profit you make, the red is the money you lose. Simple as that. Do you know what I mean? Just picture that. Whenever you see these boxes, picture that. Yes, this demand could break. Hey ho, it will break. But And what? Look at the bargain prices you're getting broken into. Do you know what I mean? Happy days if it does decide to break. Happy days. Because you're just going to be getting cheaper prices. So it's chill, guys. And with that, we will call it a night. I've given some very good ideas for the upcoming week, and the reason why I like giving these ideas in the videos and just showing you all in front of you as I speak is literally I love watching it play out. Like I've I've seen and done this for many years now. Like I've seen these things over and over and over and over and over again to the point where it's engraved in my head. And I love it. Like I love marking these charts. I love talking about prices. I love talking about, well, it's all really interesting. And yeah, I just enjoy doing it really. And I enjoy doing the work on the chart. I enjoy doing the work on the chart, talking about the idea, planning the idea, and watching the idea play out. Like that, I really enjoy, especially when I plan these things weeks in advance. Like genuinely, I plan trades weeks in advance, and when it gets close to your entry, and within a couple of days, it's like, right, let's get ready to go, and then the move plays out. It's like, yeah, that's cool, and I love that. Like I just love it. So that's Hexatronic Group, a Swedish underground communications company, which I've got interest in. So yeah, you're spoilt for choice on this one tonight. To be honest, you are spoilt for choice. Obviously, 7 or 8 trade ideas doesn't mean you have to take 7 or 8 trade ideas. Whatever idea you feel comfortable with, just go with it. Just pick one. Just go with it and monitor the others. I'll take screenshots of all of these ideas. I'll take screenshots of them all. I'll put them in my private group under the trade idea section, and we'll just be patient and see what happens, guys. All right. So that being said, I'm going to chill. I'm going to get these sent into the group, and yeah, we'll go from there. And this time next week, we'll be talking about it all again and seeing how the ideas are played out. So it's going to be good, guys. All right. Right. I'll catch you soon. Cheers.